my recommendation is do it now.
All right, I'm here.
Oh, bye. Yeah, you do sound different.
Yep.
Let's see.
Alrighty.
Go to my live. I hate the fact that if you go live from Streamlabs, you still have to go through and turn on everything on YouTube. That's the dumbest fucking features I've ever seen. Like how is this even the real world? Come on now. Come on, YouTube. You gotta do better than that.
It's a big
or Streamlabs. However you want to look at it. Okay, I've got everything on there. Alright, you about ready to make it happen?
Yep. Ready to make the dream happen.
Alright. We are going public. Boom! I'm gonna grab that shareable link and I am going to shoot that shit out to the core. Send out the bat signal.
The bat signal.
The Theromax Corps signal. Because that's where all the homies show up, bro. They're coming in straight from the Discord. Let's face it. Okay, now that that's the case, let's refresh this bad boy and see exactly where we're at, because we are about to make it happen, homies. Signal. Okay. Let's turn off the volume on that so I can actually see you guys. What's up, Carrot D Top? Yo, they've been chilling for ages, bro. They are a Theromax Corps homie for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But unlike normal homies, today we got good old channel homie JobberGodot coming in today. Oh, that's what we need in the background. We need some synthwave. That's what I'm feeling. But what's up, Jobber?
Get that synthwave. Not too much, just very convenient timing. I just finished X-Men 97. Now we're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty dope. Very glad to be on here.
Honestly, I've wanted to talk about this for a while because, like, obviously everyone knows me from like my my DC stuff, but like, dude, I'm a huge X-Men advocate. I was watching this shit back in the day when it first came out. Yo, and the OG X-Men were always a big thing to me. And the 2000 teens, I read not even 2000 teens, 2000s through the 2000 teens, like halfway through 2015, I read nothing but X-Men comics, dude. So, like, I am all about that life. Yo, you there? Did I lose you?
X-Men is anything. When they came out, like, at first, like, I think they're like one of the most powerful like Marvel teams, even more powerful than the Avengers, like originally starting out. The stuff they deal with, So it's
in terms of like the OG comics and stuff, they were definitely seen pretty tertiary. But as time has gotten more prominent, especially like in the 90s, bro, these characters came into crazy relevance, and they got so popular they actually got rid of the Avengers at one point in time. Believe it or not. They like threw them into a separate universe and was like, they're just over there now. X-Men run everything. During the Onslaught saga, bro, that shit was crazy, man. Crazy.
That's wild.
But X-Men 97, look, there was a lot of hype leading up to X-Men 97, man. And I am talking like a lot of hype coming up, man. And dude, I'm so happy. Like, I don't know if I could be happier trying to make this shit work. Because, like, dude, let's just say Disney's not been on point recently, to put it generously. Clearly Disney's kind of been flopping the bag a little bit in recent history. So it's definitely nice to see something drop like X-Men 97 and have it actually be successful. That's something to me that is like mind-boggling. That we actually had a follow-up to a sequel of something, like as a sequel of something, and it didn't bomb. Okay? Because, look, I wasn't the biggest fan of the newer Star Wars movies, and those were sequels to like iconic old shit. So, yo, if that's where we're at and that's what we're leading, then like, so be it, man. Like, X-Men 97 is really crushing the fucking game. Yo, what's up, Booty Bang Bros? Yo, your name is God Tier, by the way? But, like, dude, that shit is like genuinely wild to me. Everything about X-Men 97 is shit that we have wanted since the last series ended. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know. For everyone who is paying attention currently, fair warning, we're getting into spoiler town. If you don't want to be spoiled, your ass better leave the stream, because we are talking hardcore details of things that happened inside X-Men 97. We haven't really gotten to anything juicy yet. Yo, what's up, Rockin' Alice? Channel homie alongside Keep Talking over there.
Nice.
But like, yo, I'm just so excited to get into this, bro, because I'm such a big advocate of the fucking X-Men. So I tell you what, let's start off with some of the most goated parts. Yo, hit me with what you enjoyed more than anything whenever it comes to like the X-Men stuff. Hit me with that. I'm over here hyping. I want to hear your perspective, Jobber. What you bring into the table?
Okay, so this one, no rush, but like at least what I really liked about this series, like my favorite part, I gotta admit, the animation absolutely crisp. I love how like the colors were done in certain environments, right? Especially let's say like when the color changed, when like let's say like Jubilee and the other guy were in the video game, and then like how let's say for example when Rogue was pretty much all the X-Men were like with this other scientist dude about to like jump off that like building right at night. You know, see all the neon colors, like the lighting was really like well done. I
really do feel like they borrowed elements from like Arcane whenever they're blending the 2D, 3D things together. It really does seem like they've mastered that. I'll admit, the first episode watching that, it was a little bit graining coming from the original series, because I watched the entire series again before I watched this one, and it was a little bit graining, but after that first episode, it just felt real. So I'm 100% on board with you on that.
Yeah. It's very good. Also, the guy that the Jubilee's with, I forget his name, but like he kind of looks like a. He kind of looks.
Forgot the name. Sunspot, bro. How you gonna forget?
Yes. That's his hero name. That's his hero name. That's DaCosta. Oh, it's DaCosta. Okay.
Yeah, everyone just calls him DaCosta. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just call him Sunspot then, I guess, for now. But like,
that's really all anybody. Besides Scott Summers and Jean Grey, that's pretty much everyone, right? No one calls Wolverine Logan. They just call it Wolverine.
Yeah, he actually kind of looks like that guy from Apex Legends. At least the way he's dressed, actually.
Alex DaCosta? What the fuck was his name? That's gonna drive me insane now. Robert DaCosta. That was his name. Robert DaCosta.
There we go. Also, it was kind of crazy seeing what was it Magneto ripping the adamantium out of Wolverine anime. That's pretty interesting. I was like, oh, okay, they're animating. All right.
That was a really big storyline back in the day too, man. Like a really big storyline back in the day.
Yeah, like it's pivotal enough
Fatal
to like.
Attractions. That was the name of that storyline. Fatal Attractions was like fucking god tier, bro. Magneto finally losing, and that's something that encapsulates the entire series, is just Magneto losing his shit at times. 10 out of 10 god tier, bro, writing.
Oh, he just like turned the earth off like a light switch. Like, I was like, whoa, okay.
That's something that I feel like they really established inside this series, was that, yo, this guy, he's beyond everyone else. I feel like that was what they were trying to get across, especially with the ending inside that series, bro. The ending in that was just absolutely wild, bro. Holy shit, Magneto just... But not even the ending, bro. We didn't even get there by the ending. Holy shit. Magneto turning on the whole EMPing everything. Holy shit, dude. That was just... It's so next-gen writing for Magneto. Whoever wrote the series clearly he's like the biggest Magneto fanboy in the multiverse, bro. And I am all fucking for it.
Oh.
Yeah, Rock says, I hope my match partners are as bad as yesterday. Good luck on that one.
It was pretty funny seeing, like, Magneto just, like, when he's facing off against, like, Charles Xavier. He's like, I've been waiting years to say this. Charles, shut up.
Shut up.
Because Charles be yapping, though, like, please, you can't do this. Like, oh my goodness.
True. I don't know, man. There's just so much going on in that series. I want to recap it, but like weirdly enough, that series moves so fast. Outside of I think like episode 4, that video game one with like Jubilee. That episode, I think, is the only slow episode in the series. Every other episode feels like every scene matters, is impactful, and is slamming, man.
Yep, absolutely slamming. Actually, what do you think of the whole like Rogue and Gambit and also Magneto like triangle thing going on? That was kind of crazy.
So like, there was a storyline that lightly touched up on the possibility of like Rogue and Magneto, but it was never. I don't think it was anything that ever was like too crazy. And keep in mind, I read this shit ages ago, right? Like 20 plus years ago. So like some of this stuff is a little bit blurry in the old noggin, but I don't remember anything that being like anything too crazy outside of alternative timelines. But I liked what was going on there. I know some people really don't because it paints Magneto in some people's eyes as kind of weird. Especially with Rogue, and if you think her age was similar in the original series as it is in the comics, but I don't think that was necessarily the case, given what we know about the show. But either way, I like... That's something about the mutants in general that kind of separates them to a certain degree in a more relatable way and a whiny way from like the Avengers and stuff. Is honestly, a lot of their shit is just drama. Like, if I'm being real with you, it kind of sucks to admit it, but like, it's true. The X-Men are pretty drama-oriented characters. And because they're people, they're not superheroes. They're genuinely people who happen to be put in the roles of superheroes. And so I'm cool with that idea as long as they don't go too hard into it. And although Rogue was a little bit preachy, I mean, she's supposed to be like a Southern belle, so like, is that really like is that really like fucking incomprehensible for people to think that like that like she's that way? Like, come on, man. If you've been to House of Southern Bells, you know they get dramatic, especially whenever it comes to love and shit like that. So I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, like, yeah. The dang. I still get it was pretty wild though, like, dang, Gambit was kind of done there. He's like, well, Rogue couldn't keep it in her pants. That's kind of wild. Like,
the worst part is when he's sitting there with her, he's like, dude, I always pretended for you. I played the dirty swamp rat that you wanted me to be, so we wouldn't make it official, essentially. That's like unforgivable in my eyes, bro. That's crazy that she strung him along that long. I always assumed it was like the opposite. Gambit was just trying to like get in her pants, you know? Yeah, he's a guy. He's trying to get laid. You know, I can respect the game. I didn't realize that relationship went the opposite direction. That she was the one trying to keep things under wraps, and she didn't want to be with him like officially under any like actual capacity. That was fucked up on Rogue's part. Like that. She definitely gets a lot of redemption, I think, later on in the series, especially whenever she is like losing her shit after, of course, spoiler, Gambit dies. Like that was really well done in my eyes. Yeah,
but I do think, well, actually, yeah, well, that is too far what Rogue, like, was going on, like, because, you know, the opposite direction thing, right? I think the craziest thing was, bro, high-key, she was not hiding that. Bro, come on, the danger room where they're like, oh, look who's on the schedule for the danger room.
Yeah.
Rogue and Magneto. Oh, next day, Rogue and Magneto. Dang, next day, Rogue and Magneto.
No,
oh my God.
not hiding it with Magneto. Yeah, like, she clearly had no intent to hide that whatsoever from him. Like, definitely not denying that.
Dang.
But, like, for Gambit, she did want to hide it from Gambit. That's the worst part, is she met up with Magneto and, like, 10 minutes was, like, closer with him than Gambit and her ever were. Low-key, like disgusting, if you ask me. Like, Gambit got so fucked over there, it's like unbelievable in my eyes. She really hoed him. Like,
that was wild. I was like, dang. I mean, he took it to the chin though. He's like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, y'all can do y'all. Like, see how that works out. I'm just gonna do me.
Well, you know what? Because Gambit was such a good guy, he respected it. Even if he didn't agree, he loves her so much that he can't do that to her. Right? He would never do something to hurt her. Even if it was literally leave her alone. Because Gambit is that good a guy. Unfortunately.
That dang. But hey, at least he went out like a G. Like he went out like a G.
Bro, and that scene was like unbelievable. His death scene. I did not think in a million years that they ever would have killed Gambit off in that show, because he's such like a, out of all the interpretations of Gambit's character, that's like the most beloved one that exists. I did not think they were going to kill Gambit in that. That was like mind-blowing to me. I also thought it was a big old load of shit that they actually thought that they were going to pass off, like, they were going to pass off the fucking series to, like, Magneto's death. Bro, there was no way you were convincing me Magneto died there. I even told everyone he was transported somewhere else because you can't kill Magneto given the storyline we've built so far. And boy, was I so fucking right on that shit, bro. There was no killing Magneto on that shit, bro. That's just not how it's gonna go.
Yeah, there's no way this can happen. But to be fair, for at least like Gambit's part, like, he might. I wouldn't be surprised if he returns. There's a lot of that going on around here.
Well,
oh my god!
To be fair, yeah,
oh my god,
it's fucking Marvel, dude. Have you seen Mr. Sinister's shit? We've already canonically seen him clone one of the characters and replace them without ever even knowing. Bro, it wouldn't blow my mind to find out that Gambit was a fucking sleeper cell for Mr. Sinister and nobody ever knew. That's how messed up Mr. Sinister is and has been always, dude. That man, the whole story with Madeline Pryor and the Goblin Queen and stuff, that's directly out of the comics, dude. And Madeline Pryor was a real fucking psychopath. That's the crazy part about this show, is they blur in like 4 or 5 separate stories into one. And bro, in any other show of an adaptation, that would not work. But it fucking works here. Oh, and we probably have to address this because Griffo down here commented about how he didn't think the show was woke. Yo, the reason why, like, story time with Lumos for a minute. Yo, legitimately, I had planned on making a video on this shit because everybody, before X-Men 97 came out, everybody was just sitting around bitching. Oh my god, it's so fucking woke. Yo, look at Rogue's ass cheeks, bro. You can't see them as in-depth anymore. So the show's fucking stupid and woke. And I was like, bro, is that really how you're gonna judge one of these shows before it even comes out? Like, dude, look at this show. It's nothing but awesome. This show is amazing. If you look at this show and you think it's a woke show, bro, you are brainwashed, okay? You have been brainwashed into believing, I think, the dumbest thing you possibly can. Why not just critically engage with the show once it comes out versus listening to some fucking idiot on YouTube who's just rambling about really dumb points and hasn't even seen the show? Bro, there was genocide inside this cartoon. I think we're away from being woke, man. This shit was crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like, oh my goodness. Oof.
If I was to label this show anything, I don't think woke is it. I think if anything, you label it as definitely not a kid's show. Bro, this show is definitely not kids date, like 110 out of 10, definitely not a kid's show. Fuck, so close. But yeah, man, this was wild. Top to bottom, man. Heavily recommended. If you've not watched it, go check this shit, man. It is awesome.
Wait, Lumos, I think I have an in-lore canonical explanation for why people call the show woke. You want to hear it?
Go for it.
Dude, I think these are just clones created by Mr. Sinister.
No, these fucking accounts. Yeah, 10 out of 10 agree with that.
This is how I'll defeat the X-Men.
Bro, that's how I feel like that's 97% of the comments on my channel. They just have to be fucking Mr. Sinister clones. Like, legitimately, dude. There's no way these people are fucking human. Like, that's for sure. But the visuals, the storytelling, everything about this show, like, is just A1 sauce material, dude. Like, genuinely good shit. I hope that Disney can keep up this. I don't know how they did this, but I hope they keep it up for whatever they're doing, dude. This is what I want from Disney and X-Men in general. It sucks because we haven't had X-Men content in a long time. And I want to say, in all honesty, this is just, like, maybe this is just a lack of X-Men content. And so maybe it's not that good. We've just missed out on most of it. But, dude, this has been pretty good shit. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Double kill? Yo!
Oh, get it?
3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. Bye-bye! Double kill! Hey!
There we go.
Yo, fuck, this Mordekaiser's coming in, though. But seriously, man, this show has been, I think, fucking revolutionary for the characters involved in resurrecting the X-Men franchise from the fucking dirt where it's been for the last, I don't even know how long.
I agree on that, and some people might like. I've seen people like complain about how I guess Captain America was portrayed. I'm like, yeah, I admit that's
okay. No, yo, look. Anybody saying that they have a problem with how Captain America portrayed has not read the fucking comics. Okay, Captain America, especially the way like Scott told him in Civil War, or no, not Civil War, Avengers vs X-Men. He was like, dude, we're being wiped off the face of the planet. And you're sitting over there doing nothing. Guess what? Every time there was a mutant massacre, what did Captain America do? Did you see him show up? You didn't.
Nope.
He was never there for the mutants. In the words of Scott Summers, we're just your ugly cousins you go get help from whenever the world is in danger. But the second the world's not in danger, you leave us to dry and die. To the Sentinels, to the American public. And after all, you're Captain America. You're the symbol of America. And you're not helping us. So what's that say about how America values us?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a really good meta commentary, not just on Captain America and the other heroes, how they look towards mutants in general, because there is a lot of racism even in like the superhero community towards the mutants. But like, he's the symbol of America, and thus it's kind of how America views them, like in a weird abstract way as well, right?
Yeah, and I do find it at least kind of funny, at least, is that basically, even though there's this giant asteroid about to crash into Earth, right, and it's gonna like basically wipe everyone out on the planet, all Cap and like Iron Man are doing are just sitting and staring at it happen. Like,
Cap doing that? Okay, like that's fair. What the fuck does Captain America do? Given that situation, Cap's not gonna push the asteroid out of the way or anything, right?
oh no!
But
no,
like
Iron
Man. Fucking Iron Man? Yo, that dumb motherfucker should have done something. I cannot believe that they screwed him like that, bro. That was unforgivable.
Yeah, like, cause the thing is, I mean, when I say like Captain America didn't do anything, right? I mean, like, oh, like call up the Avengers, like, okay, come on, like, why aren't y'all doing anything? Like, at the end of the day, like, the only reason why Cap like didn't do that, I mean, he stayed to Rogue himself at least, like, before it's like, yo, optics, Cap.
Yeah, my people
optics.
are all dying, and you're mad about optics. Which, to be fair, guess what? That's Captain America. He deals with that side of things, with the political side of things and stuff. He enforces things through the government. And
it's like
in modern interpretations, yeah, he can be he's much more hands-on. I'm not denying the fact that he's much more hands-on. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you're doing nothing? Like, come on. How the hell do you not talk Iron Man into flying up there to Asteroid M and at least trying to stop the thing?
Like, it gets to that point, the asteroid's like, wait a minute, so you're telling me you're not willing to save the world right now? That means it's about to fall down. You're not willing to do anything because optics? What are you worried about, man?
Well, that's the Avengers, though. Especially when they get public funding. Dude, there's a reason why nobody... Well, I guess I can't say nobody. There's a reason why people stopped reading them. It's because a lot of them are not the best dudes, and they kind of had their hands tied at a variety of points in times. And I'm not just here to shit on the Avengers. I don't want this to just be like a shit on the Avengers session or anything. But guess what? The Avengers kind of shit on the X-Men for a long-ass time. And that's their fault, legitimately. Like, the Avengers brought that upon themselves, and we just saw the kind of fruition of that in Avengers vs. X-Men, for those who don't read the comics. Awesome story, by the way, where both sides are kind of justified in their viewpoints. But we're building to that. Speaking of Avengers vs. X-Men, we're clearly building towards a clash between the figures of humanity outside of just the humans, the meta-humans of humanity, and the mutants. This entire season was pure evidence of that. All we did was reference important things throughout all of Marvel's canon. Bro, we saw Doctor Strange, 90s Spider-Man. We saw everything inside this show. And the best part is it all felt fucking real. It felt like the MCU should. Where everything was connected in a way that wasn't like life and death, you know, everything has to be so connected, nothing really matters. We definitely weren't doing that, but it felt real and just good. Fuck, this Cassian is crazy, man. But yeah, every crossover that they had in that, or not crossover, cameo, I guess it'd probably be a better way to put it, because most of these characters were already in the original franchise, or even referenced in the original franchise. So, dude, there's so much going on in that series so fast that very few shows can do that same thing, capture that same magic that the original X-Men 97 series had, and keep it moving as fast as it did. I'm so impressed with that shit, bro. I really hope that they manage to keep up this energy, dude. It's gonna be hard, but I really hope they do.
They'll be able to keep this energy going. Like, so far it looks pretty good, and hopefully, man, that would be so crazy to see, like, in Avengers vs. X-Men, at least, you know, in this setting. That'd be wild. That would be wild.
Holy shit, this fight is getting wild.
Get him! Get him!
Beat their ass, homie. Yo! What are some other big memes you really enjoyed about the series?
For X-Men 97, I think I really did enjoy the relationship Jubilee had with Firespot. I think that's pretty cool. Like, okay.
Yeah, Sunspot and her seemed to mesh really well. Like I said, that one episode was really kind of the slow part, and I wish we could have gotten some more time with Sunspot so we could, I think, better understand. Not that they did a bad job, I just wish we kind of could have explored the frustration he had maybe a little bit better with his mom and like humanity and shit. Because whenever he went full-on Magneto team, it didn't feel... It made sense, but I feel like we could have explored that a little bit more. But that's the messed up part about Magneto in general, is that his ideology is so easy to cave into whenever you're a mutant. Because when everything hates you, when everything sucks, when everything's miserable, it's easy to look towards violence as the answer. And, dude, how could you not want to, given the situation? But that's what made Xavier so unique, right? Is he was willing to look past all of that. He was willing to try and make things work despite how hard they were. Despite how frustrating peace is between the races in Marvel.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna think of it, just Sunspot's basically just a mutant version of Human Torch. I mean, I think it's pretty accurate.
It's essentially, for the most part, Human Torch has like a lot of weird hacks and stuff, but they both do like the flame shit. Although I believe that Sunspot is more exclusively tied to his star, like he does like directly solar shit. I think Firestorm is just not Firestorm. I think not Johnny Blaze. What the fuck is his name? The Fantastic Four loser. Shit, you just said his name. I'm brain farting so hard on it.
Human Torch?
The Human Torch. He's more just like fire based versus like solar based, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But effectively, he serves like a similar purpose. Sunspot and like, oh man, God, there's so many like genuinely just cool mutants that exist, dude. Like at one point in time, Marvel got pissed off and just killed all the mutants because they had too many mutants. Like all the writers were just like, fuck it, if it's a problem, we'll just call him a mutant and call it good. I'll admit that got kind of lame. But if you roll through like the '80s X-Men, the Chris Claremont franchise, where you really explore some of the cooler mutants and like Storm and Gambit and a lot of the more classic mutants appear. Dude, there's just so many interesting characters that come out of that era and those ideas. Like Sunspot, or Magic. which we had a slight glimpse at Magic inside the franchise. I think it was Morph became Magic, and then like got one-tapped by Madeline Pryor at one point in time. So that was kind of unfortunate, but I'm really holding out for there to be a... I'm really hoping for there to be... Oh, come on. I'm really hoping we'll get a Magic...
like a Magic user?
No, Magic the character.
Oh, okay.
So Magic is the sister of Colossus, and she has like this crazy powerful soul sword. And this soul sword will fuck you up, dude. During Avengers vs. X-Men, Magic drags Doctor Strange into a dimension of hell that she reigns over and beats the shit out of him, dude. She shreds him alive. And then, like, the really funny part is she exits that magical dimension, and when she exits that magical dimension, she fakes as Doctor Strange. So nobody there realizes that she's Magic, not Doctor Strange, and she teleports all of her allies away there under the guise of her being Doctor Strange. Dude, it's one of the most pro move things I've ever seen in my whole life, dude. It was god tier moment from Magic. But yeah, I'm really hoping to see her show up whenever it comes to that stuff. Because, dude, if they write her the way that they've done the rest of these characters, there really is some goated ass material there.
Yeah, it'd be definitely interesting to see that happen. Like, if Avengers vs. X-Men, if that happens and it's animated, it really could parallel how it went in the comics. That'd be crazy. It's like,
I have a video on my channel about the setup to Avengers vs. X-Men. I might have to redo that and post it to see if, now that like X-Men are meta now. Oh my god, bro. I swear, being an X-Men fan was so fucking tough for the longest time. And it feels so good to see them come back out into the forefront and like actually be like important, viable characters in the verse again.
Yep.
Or at least in the mainstream. Not even in the verse, because they've been really prominent in the comics recently. For like last few years, honestly. Which is probably why we got the series in the first place. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and it's like good timing because, you know, you got Deadpool and Wolverine, right? Like more, like I guess the X-Men verse being, you know, canon to the MCU.
Well, no, this series specifically made it canon to the MCU. The X-Men 97 series, yeah, I'm not even kidding.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Shit Beast says basically states it's in the multiverse.
Ah.
He directly references, if you think back to it, even the magics that they use in the franchise require the exact same seals as the characters from the MCU as well. Whenever a Forge pulls out the Mystic Book of his mom, they use the exact same magical like effects and shit as Doctor Strange. The Doctor Strange we saw was incredibly similar. He referenced the Mystics of Kamar-Taj and their thoughts on the multiverse, which are the exact same thoughts of everywhere else in the multiverse. And this is coming out of Disney canon in this specific era and age, so there would be no reason to think it's not attached to the MCU. But I'm sure you could go look up a video where they show you like every single detail on crossover shit.
Interesting. Yeah, I must have like flew my head. I was watching it very, very casually.
I watched it twice. Yeah. I'm still finishing it with a fellow homie, good old Coffee Shop Comics. I'm finishing it the second run through with him. I think I'm or technically third, I guess. So we'll see how that goes. But those were just some things I can think of off the top of my head. I know all the fucking mega weebs online are gonna be able to find something for us here.
Also, I really wonder how, like, I was just looking at some, like, other feats, like, performed by, like, Storm and, like, Magneto. I'm like, dang, those are pretty visually impressive. I wonder how high those get count. It's such a nerdy thought. I wonder.
Do you want to know what's fucking crazy? Just think about it. In Age of Ultron, whenever, what the hell is his name? Whenever Ultron dropped the big-ass meteor they have and was, like, threatening to crush the planet, just imagine Magneto in that situation, just like one-shotting the problem. That's basically what they said here, is Magneto's beyond any of the Avengers. Outside of like maybe Hulk, who's too violent to trust in short-term things. Like you can't throw Hulk up there and solve the problem, because getting Hulk there is already problematic. But clearly Iron Man scaled above or clearly Magneto scaled above Iron Man there. No matter how you really look at it, Iron Man was just kind of screwed. And that was the same artwork for the Iron Man from the 90s series as well, which I think was really, really interesting that they're referencing all of the original 90s properties that they lost the rights to and have now simultaneously regained over the years. That to me is just like crazy to think about. The two cameos of, what was his name? Of OG, of Spider-Man were like crazy. And the worst part is like, did Spider-Man at some point in time in the 90s show give up being Spider-Man? That man is just chilling. Well, like the end of the world is happening. And I get the like, the meme about like, hey, he can't stop the meteor. But like Spider-Man would still show up. But even if he can't stop the meteor, like, dude, where was he at when all these Sentinels started running around?
That is true.
Yo, people are turning into Sentinels and arresting mutants against their will. Spider-Man isn't the biggest fan of mutants because they kind of fucked him over a little bit. But like, dude, you're just not gonna do anything?
Yeah, at least Daredevil and those other doing something like.
They were at least doing something. Yeah, I could.
Yeah, like we just saw Peter like with MJ just staring at the TV.
They were just out on a date, bro. They're just having a good time. And like the first time, I'm like, okay, they were taken off guard. Bro, the Sentinels running around happened already. Like, what do you mean?
What is going on here?
And that's in Marvel, New York. You can't tell me Sentinels weren't there, bro. Like, Marvel, New York is messed up. They hate everybody equally, mutants included.
Yep. I feel like when the whole like X-Men vs Avengers things happen, I feel like Iron Man's gonna be like he's gonna be the least excited about the whole fight. He's like, listen, bro, like I don't want to fight, man. Why Iron Man, bro? Did you okay? Say my name one more time. Iron Man. Okay, they got Magneto. I'm in a metal armor.
What am I gonna do to that guy, bro? Hell, one tap.
Yeah, like I remember in the comics, like Tony, Iron Man, whatever. Like he has like this recurring dream, like or nightmare, right? And I'm not gonna lie, Loki is pretty funny. Also, I guess horrifying for Tony is like, okay, he imagines like there's like a war against mutants or whatever, and Magneto's leading the charge, and basically like the Avengers are down, and it's just Iron Man, and Iron Man's like, oh my god, holy shit, and then just he gets picked up by Magneto, all of his armor stripped off, as he's just stuck midair, he can't do anything. Then Magneto turns the most advanced piece of technology that mankind could muster. Tony is created
against
into
everyone.
the most not against everyone, but into the most primitive weapon mankind has, a spear, and he throws it into Tony's heart, which is very ironic. I was like, dang, you just turned like the greatest technology into a primitive spear and killed the person that made that. That's crazy. But yeah, just oh boy. Like Magneto's the guy, essentially. There's not much anyone could put it there.
They really were hyping that shit up. Like I remember in Avengers vs X-Men, in the back side of Avengers vs X-Men, they had like battles they would do, where you would have a notorious X-Men member fight a notorious Avenger and just see how it goes. And they had like canonical fights as to who would win. And they actually had Magneto fight Iron Man in that. And Iron Man tells him like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? You really think you're gonna fight me? I'm the fucking master of magnetism, bro. I will fuck you up. And Tony's like, yeah, I had to prep time for you because you are the master of magnetism. Like, bro, what the hell do I do to you? And what Tony had done is not only did he create a plastic suit, but he started creating, he created a gravity field generator that borrowed from the magnetic poles of the entire solar system, every planet in the solar system, or maybe it was just Saturn or some real whack shit. And like that was like crazy. He hit Magneto with the force of the entire fucking solar system, essentially, or at least one of the biggest planets in the solar system, and he couldn't stop him. Like, he hits him with like this really solid, I hit you with absolutely everything fucking attack. Slaps Magneto to the side. And then we find out later on, Magneto gave up because he knew the Avenger. He sided with the Avengers, essentially. Like, even that didn't stop him. Like, holy shit, bro. Magneto's fucking on something, man.
Yo, that's just scary, bro. Like, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, they confirmed Psylocke as a top-tier hand-to-hand fighter. I think we saw her briefly during the original X-Men series, but I'm not 100% on that. Yo, and look, I'm doing a lot of shitting on the Avengers. Look, I like the Avengers and all. Like, I don't want anybody to think I don't like the Avengers. But, like, they don't treat the X-Men well. Or at least they haven't for the majority of their history. To be fair, they've gotten a lot better. Like, they even had an entire run where Captain America, of course, because a mutant couldn't lead it, but Captain America led a team of half Avengers, half mutants after Avengers vs. X-Men, which was, to be fair, a pretty good run. Also some really cool characters and stuff in there. But they just never really treated him. They never took the mutants seriously.
That is pretty unfortunate. It's pretty consistent for at least Avengers not to take them seriously.
Well, they like Scott said, we're just your cousins that you need whenever you're in a fight. But the second the fight's over, you don't want nothing to do with us. How shitty is that, bro? How could you not hate the Avengers for that? But the Avengers are human. And humans tend to look out for their own well-being, to put it generously.
Yep.
That's like a core thing inside of Marvel history.
Yeah, it's pretty rip.
Is humans look out for their own, and that's it. I mean, that's like Magneto's whole ideology, right? You can't trust them. No humans can be trusted, dude. Look what they did. Yo, did you see World War II?
Yeah, Magneto, he called it. Like, he called, like, what's going to happen at Genosea. He's like, he called it from the start. He's like, listen, like, way before it even happens. Yeah, this is exactly what's going to happen.
Bro, the UN representative said Magneto was right in that show. Think about that.
Yep, it's crazy. Yeah, Magneto's right.
She tells Bastion, you know what, because Magneto was right. We can't be trusted, bro. We're Marvel humans. Marvel humans fucking suck. They're not the best of people. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it.
Pretty big rips.
Marvel humans, low-key might be the bad guys. Not sugarcoating it.
What if these Marvel humans invaded DC? Oh no. Actually, Superman. That just reminds me of the whole DC Marvel
Superman.
Like,
so, like, if mutants in the same capacity existed inside of, like, DC, it couldn't work that way because Superman legitimately would not let it happen. Superman could not let anybody innocent receive that kind of punishment. Like, Superman won't do it. He's too good of a person to do it. Like, if I'm being real. But in Marvel, there is no Superman.
Yep.
Like, legit, nobody has the moral supremacy that Superman does in Marvel. That's why everything fucking sucks all the time.
Yep.
But that's good writing, though. That's what makes it so tragic and feels so real. It's because it's believable. You could see these characters doing that. You could see humanity doing that.
And just like, man, just imagine, what if we just replace the Avengers in that, like, same X-Men 97 universe? Just replace it with the Justice League just for a second. How would the Justice League even react to just the whole Genosea situation?
Oh, they'd be there. They'd help clean it up. They'd do anything in their power, dude. Because the League are genuinely, they're those guys. They're too good of people. That's my biggest criticism for DC. Is these motherfuckers are too good of people. No human would react in the way that some of these people do. That's why I like Hal Jordan, because he's like a big standout. These people are like moral figures of impossible degrees. But in Marvel, they're not. They're believable people. They're realistic people making realistic mistakes.
Yep.
God, this series is so good, man. Like, I genuinely cannot stress how good this series is, man. If you have not read this stuff in the chat, do yourself a favor. Read it now, bro. Or go watch it now. You know what? I don't often tell people to leave the stream, but, bro, go leave the stream and watch X-Men 97. It's that good, boys. It is goated.
Y'all gotta see it. It's really good. Like, 100%.
The biggest criticism I've seen of this show is it's not long enough. They should have made more. And when that's the criticism of your show, you know your show is successful. Like, you're doing something right, man.
Nope. Also, I really like the side story with Storm, like, losing her powers and then regaining it. That was pretty good.
I thought they were going somewhere with that. I thought they were going to have her lead the X-Men. I thought that's what they were kind of hinting at, was that she would come back and, dude, clearly Scott Summers, Cyclops, is like, he's on his path to becoming the guy he is after Avengers vs. X-Men. He hates humanity, dude. And he hates humanity a lot at this point in time. That interview with that news reporter, I feel like was gold. Like, downright gold in terms of, yo, the Cyclops was right memes. So, if you don't know, Cyclops in the late 2000s after the Avengers vs. X-Men went on basically this arc where he took Magneto's perspective, or at least a much stronger position towards Magneto's perspective. And he basically said, look, I'm not Magneto. I'm not just going to kill anyone who disagrees with me or anything. But we're not going to get fucked with anymore. We're tired of humans screwing with us, bro, and killing all of our children. So we're done with that.
We're going to be violent back. If you're violent to us, we'll respond with an appropriate amount of force that you're responding with. And that is one of my favorite arcs in all of, like, fucking X-Men history, bro. Despite the hate it gets from everyone under the fucking sun, because it wasn't necessarily the thing that some people liked or some shit. I don't know. People didn't like Scott Summers deviating from the purity of Charles Xavier. But if you're somebody who's actually read the comics, dude, Charles Xavier is not that guy. He's Nahol, okay? He's got all sorts of problems throughout all of his history. And the more you dig in on it, the worse it gets, in my opinion. Like, it is genuinely, uniquely terrifying to see the shit he does inside the series. Like, in Original Sin, you found out he neutered a mutant because he thought it'd be hard to train him.
What?
Think about that. He removed their mutantdom because he thought they were too dangerous.
Like, damn.
That's pretty fucked up.
And the only reason anybody finds out about it is because he was killed. And in his will, he was like, oh yeah, there's this mutant you guys need to check up on every once in a while because he's, like, strong. Even though I removed his powers. Matthew Malloy was his name. He was incredibly powerful.
Crazy, though. Man raised Jean Grey, the fucking psychic who housed the Phoenix Force.
But somehow, I thought this dude was too OP. Crazy. God tier series, though. Yo, out of 10, what you giving it? What you slapping it with?
Slapping with the 9. 9 out of 10. Like, it's pretty
Man
good.
said 9 out of 10. Yo, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna slap this bad boy with a 10 out of 10. I was so excited.
Franchise, and who knows, maybe in the future I might, like, walk that back, because, like, in the heat of the moment, especially, like, in the first few weeks after something comes out, shit is incredibly hype, right? And sometimes that distorts your vision. But, like, dude, I can't think of a criticism of this series. This shit read like a Greek tragedy, where you didn't know what was going to happen, but bad things kept happening that were layered within the writing for ages.
And you don't see that anymore.
Oh. Can't wait to see season 2.
Yo, it'll probably have the same problem that fucking Arcane did, and we'll get season 2 in 12 fucking years. Well, I don't know. Disney's repping that though, so Disney likes money. Yo, if there's one thing I can't deny, Disney really likes money. And so maybe they will. I know that they've already had these things scheduled out. I think they had 3 seasons scheduled out before they fired the guy who wrote the first 2 seasons or 3 seasons. So I'm hoping if the same quality goes into the next 2 seasons, we'll have at least 2 seasons of solid writing just like this one. And damn will it be solid, homies. But tell us what you guys think down.
Y'all being crazy quiet tonight in the comment section. Hit us with it, homies.
Kill Team Fortress. Oh,
is this man feeding in Team Fortress over here? He would.
yeah, you're feeding. You're feeding your game. I'm feeding my game. It's equilibrium.
I think I might just do this like once a day. Just jump on here and just fucking hype up something or rant about something like crazy. Because, dude, like, if you're ever in my server, people in chat, dude, this is like 90% of what I do. I just sit in the server and talk about shit and hype shit up. Badass shit like this, dude. I think that,
a lot of my channel is like reinforced in negativity and responding to stupid people sometimes. It's nice to kind of have a switch up where we just sit back, kick it, and talk about shit that's like actually genuinely good, man. Low-key wild. Oh, also fuck Xavier for screwing off and boning an alien princess while all of his fucking people died and not coming back. Yo, big shout outs to fucking Xavier.
That's true. Also, just like, I feel like it's not just me, but it's like I feel like Xavier just comes off as a bit preachy.
He does. He definitely. I mean, he's designed to be preachy. To be fair, like I get it, but I think he has to be, because you know what? Magneto is preachy. That's all Magneto does in this entire franchise is preach. So like Xavier's meant to be the counter to that, but the difference between the two is Xavier preaches and does nothing. Magneto preaches, but there's actions behind it that are meaningful, that are impactful, right? Like, look at the entire Asteroid M saga just in that series alone. That man said, fuck it, I created my own fucking asteroid where I put all these mutants and we're making it happen. Right? Like, Xavier just says, fuck it, we're gonna hang out and change their minds. And then just says, change their minds, like 700 times. But like, Magneto is doing something that feels like it's working, right? It's a visible action of doing something versus the tolerance that they had built up and referenced inside that series. Your Jobber, dude, I would love to go back and watch the original series with you sometime. To see if the original series lives up to like that level of hype in your eyes.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely down for that. That'd be pretty cool.
You want to know something that fucking blows my mind in hindsight? Like, after watching that series and seeing the things that include it inside the multiverse, dude, there is a scene at one moment in time, and you're not gonna believe this, because this is like a 90s cartoon where they had this. The scaling for these characters is unbelievable. Yo, Apocalypse at one point in time hooks up 5 telepaths that they find in the universe to a machine and is gonna blow up the multiverse with it all of time.
My goodness.
Dude, what?
They're too powerful.
Dude, like, some of these characters are wild. Whether it's the telepaths from the Shi'ar Empire, and bro, holy shit. That scene with the Shi'ar Empire where we just got a glimpse of it, where the Shi'ar Imperial Guard roll up on, oh, what the hell is his name? That loser with the hammer. Of the Kree. Ronan the Accuser. Bro, when Deathbird rolls up with Ronan the Accuser and Gladiator, yo, that was god tier. I want to see more of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard show up like they did in, I think, Season 3. The Shi'ar Imperial Guard are awesome, bro. They're like an evil Justice League that just follows an empire. And that empire is crazy, man. I love the Shi'ar Empire. I want to, even though Xavier's leaving all of that, I want to explore more of that with this new animation, because they could make some crazy stuff happen with the Shi'ar Imperial Guard.
Yeah, they really could.
Oh, dude, I could hype on X-Men all fucking day. Oh, dude, X-Men, why is the X-Men content so fucking lit? Do I need to cover X-Men content on the channel? Do I need to go back to and cover Avengers vs. X-Men shit? Yo, I could do a series called The Best Matchups. Yo, the best matchups, dude. It'd be cool to have like a Mutants vs. Avengers, like a playlist of matchups that have occurred as well.
Yep. That'd be pretty rad.
Ah, dude. There's just so much fun stuff I want to do, but like I just don't care about the scaling whenever it comes to most of like the X-Men stuff. I just genuinely like the story and the characters. That's something that I'm like really hard on about them, dude, because there's so many genuinely awesome characters in the X-Men. Scott Summers for life. Fuck Wolverine, by the way. All you Wolverine fans get mad in the chat because Wolverine is dog water, bro. I hate Wolverine, bro. He's the most overplayed loser in the multiverse. You brought up like Deadpool and Wolverine earlier. You were hyping on that. I'm actually not. Bro, that movie's not gonna be anything cool about mutants. I'm being real with you. It's really not. It's genuinely gonna be like Wolverine the whole time. And I wish people in the real world had the same energy or had like the same knowledge of Wolverine has in the comics. Wolverine always steps up to people to fight them. I can't deny that of him. But, like, he always gets his ass kicked by, like, everyone. Like, Prime go ahead.
I mean, yeah. He does get his, like, butt kicked by everyone, but, like, God, man, that guy's a survivor, bro. He's surviving.
I fucking hope he can survive. He has a metal fucking suit of armor over his bones that doesn't allow him to fucking die ever with his healing factor. If that man wasn't a survivor with those abilities, I'd, like, call him in, like, he'd be a worse jobber than he is. That'd be the only way I think he could be a worse jobber than he is. And you know what? Yo, Magneto just made that possibility happen. Because he removed all that shit, unironically.
He's like, get out of here.
He said, I'm tired of your shit, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You're not invulnerable anymore, motherfucker. The more interesting thing I think that'll come of that will be, what is Magneto going to do with that adamantium? Because as far as we know, that shit just stayed on the ship. It's gone. It's just somewhere on that ship. And that thing is lost, isn't it? Didn't it get destroyed? Fuck, what happened to the comet at the end of that? I don't remember.
Oh, I got teleported, bro. Like, along with them. They all teleported.
Oh, that's right. They got teleported everywhere. Never mind. That's right. You got teleported across all of reality. That shit's definitely lost somewhere in time. Now, to the X-Men, that doesn't really mean shit, because time to them is... Dude, time travel in that series, they are one of the few people who do time travel, I think, unimaginably correct in that franchise. The time travel inverse is crazy. There are times where the villains kill the entire cast of characters. And just creates this nightmare future that characters have to go back in time and avoid. Because there's no solving that problem. Like, the villain is too dangerous, Apocalypse gets too fucking wild, or just gets pissed off and kills everybody because he's tired of dealing with things.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how they do time travel in the future, though. Because I feel like Disney cannot do time travel. They've never done it effectively. That I've ever seen in the last 10 years. So I really hope that their journeys through time will land clean, man. Knock knock. But Jesus, bro, there's so much going on, and you know that they planned out like fucking at least 3 seasons with this shit, because there were so many references to things that we didn't even get conclusions to. Bro, we saw Exodus randomly show up. Oh, dude, we saw Vulcan with the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. That's a whole nightmare storyline down the way. Like, 10 out of 10 nightmare storyline building that we're not going to see the conclusion to for probably an entire season now that we're time traveling with Apocalypse throughout all of time. Which, keep in mind, now that's going to affect everything that ever was. Or, if that wasn't the case on how it always was, then the new version of Apocalypse that's going to show up is going to be worse than any version of Apocalypse we've ever seen before in the past. Because now he is training from fucking Magneto and Charles Xavier. God, there's so much going on for this X-Men series, boys. And y'all don't see me get hyped like this. Yo, for an 8K LumosTheromax special, I'm coming up on 8K. Should I do a video on mutants, bro? The most hype mutant moments I can remember. Dude, W's in chat if I should, dude. Cause that would be so lit, man. I really do gotta bust out of this fucking scaling hole that I've dug myself in, dude. I spent so much time working on scaling and shit, and like only 10 people in the multiverse enjoy that. I guess I shouldn't say that. Like, only like 0.01% of the multiverse even cares. Not even multiverse, the universe. Even humans care about this shit. So there's like nobody to appeal to. But there's like tons of people to appeal to if I'm just hyping on shit, bro. Because I love hyping on comics, bro. Especially the good shit. The iconic stuff. Man. Dude, this really was just something else. X-Men 97 is goated, man. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Back to the woke shit. All these motherfuckers claiming this stuff is woke. Bro, they have lost their fucking minds. They have legitimately lost their minds, bro. Nothing was woke about this show, other than you can see less ass. And you know what? That's not the important thing about the X-Men, is how tight their fucking suits are.
These people, they're just Mr. Sinestro clones. That's why they're saying it's woke, bro.
Yo, like, hold on. I'm gonna pull this over because I don't think people understand. I don't think people fucking understand this shit, okay? Hold up. How bad this was. I'm just gonna type in X-Men 97 woke. Yo, look at this. Look at this. You're mad that X-Men 97 has gone. Look at these fucking articles. Oh, or that Morph is bi.
What?
Or not bi, he's non-binary. They're mad that Morph is non-binary, a guy who can turn into anyone. Is that really that much of a fucking stretch of the imagination to think that a person who can choose any form of himself wouldn't really care about genders? Like, bro, come the fuck on. And it's not even something that's prominent inside the fucking series. They had to go find an author interview where he was like, oh yeah, like, he was. And so all the pissed off woke fans, bro, they brigaded the guy who created the series, the original X-Men creator, and he was like, yeah, I always wrote him that way for a reason. Bro, you can't even win with the original creator. That was his original view for this shit. Like, it's so sad to see the arguments against this shit. When, out of any comic books that I've ever read, these guys were definitely the most progressive. Considering in the Chris Claremont era, they put a black chick on the team from Africa, which was virtually unheard of in that era, dude. They grabbed characters from all across the world in a time where most of the heroes were just blatantly... They all looked the same, however you choose to look at that, bro. They have a blue guy on the team. A guy who's literally fucking blue. Think about that.
Yep. Yeah, although, I don't know, like, when people just say woke, I kind of just, like, tune out, like, okay, like, what?
Which, look,
Just lame.
You can engage with, like, the whole woke thing, like, if you want to. I don't oppose anybody who doesn't or anything. And some things can be quote-unquote woke. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that, like, Disney is a fucking awesome track record of not trying to pander to everyone in the multiverse. But at the same time, you have to, like, watch the material and, like, analyze it before you make that assumption. And the analysis of that also has to be, like, viable. If you won't watch this show because you think it's woke, you're missing out on some of the best fiction coming out in the modern day.
Like, to give perspective, it's like, because everything's called, like, woke nowadays, it seems like it. At least to me. I don't really pay, like, super hard, like, core attention to every single time things called, like, woke, right? But, like, if you want to, like, if you don't want to put, like...
It's just dipshit-ass YouTubers reaching for clicks. Everybody said this shit was woke before it even came out. Imagine judging a show based on one commercial. And all you had was ass cheeks. Literally ass cheeks. Yo, people in this space just have no idea on how to engage with shit. And then even the fan base, they're too quick to pick up on, oh, it's woke, so it's just dumb. And then they carry that shit on. Man, have an actual genuine opinion. Look at this show, bro. It's so goated. There's no way you don't see that dance scene in the club and think, God damn, bro. Not only was this animated awesome, It makes sense for all the characters. Rogue and Gambit scene up there was like perfect. There's so much here that's good. To overlook all of that good for an author statement that didn't even make it in the show in any meaningful capacity. And not ash cheeks.
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty dumb.
That's the hill you're dying on, bro? This is like a fucking drip sauce level take of how stupid it is. That is like impressive to me that all these people were coming out and hating on the franchise before it even landed because lol, buzzword, whatever buzzword triggers you. Like, come on, man. This series is god tier. Give it a chance.
Yep, just give it a chance for like just the things that people miss out on. Like if they don't want to like play like anything or watch anything that they like down to the public or something considered as woke. I'm like, okay, apply that logic. Like for example, and this is crazy actually. Dead Space like remake. It was called woke. Why? There's like a multi-gendered bathroom in the issue or something. I was like, what? That's why you won't play it? Yes, I can't.
There's clearly a line that needs to occur. Just like in the real world, there's people who don't agree with you on everything. Look, in your media, there's going to be parts of your media that you shouldn't agree with. And I'm cool with that. That's how media should function. Look, Mr. Sinister is the biggest fucko in the world. I don't have to agree with Mr. Sinister. I am not a murderer, but Mr. Sinister's in the show and I still watch it. So, even if you don't like certain things and it makes it into the show, why label it as something not worth watching in general? When it's, dude, these things are so minor. Whether it was the Dead Space issue you brought up, or whether it's these issues, are you fucking kidding me? This is the hill these people are dying on? Like, come on, man.
These people could like die like of a heart attack in the shower, man. That's how much they forget out of or something.
No, somebody would die of a heart attack in the shower and they'd say, wow, dude, that guy watched X-Men 97 and got too woke and he fucking died. That's what they would fucking say, bro. Man dies of woke X-Men 97. I can see the headline now. I mean, and these fucking weebs don't help. Like, I guess not. No, this is a little bit better of a title than I originally had thought. If you're mad that X-Men 97 has gone woke, you're missing the point. Yo, fucking facts. Actually, you know, I was shitting on this article because at first I thought it was bad in terms of what it was bringing to the table because I misread this first part. But hey, fair enough. That's 10 out of 10 true because this is literally in reference to the X-Men 97 trailer. Literally what I was referencing earlier. Yeah, people are just mad at the fucking trailer. Like, bro. I don't know. This shit just drives me insane, man. It really does. People have lost their ability to critically engage with media and just listen to idiots online. Outside of me, because I'm a fucking genius, clearly. But damn, bro. That shit's just crazy. X-Men 97 is goated, man. I can't think of a character I didn't like. I can't think of a character I didn't understand. And it made sense. And it seemed at every turn the worst thing possible could happen. And weirdly enough, it drove the story to a place that was really good. If this is what people are calling woke, sign me up for more X-Men, bro. I guess I'm woke. I don't fucking know.
Dang, Lumos is woke? Can't believe this?
Fucking apparently, bro. Yo, if X-Men 97 is, so am I. So if you don't want to watch my content, go somewhere else. That never stopped anybody else from hate watching me before. Have you seen my rogues gallery? So, I mean, it's not like it's gonna stop anything for me or change anything for me. Fuck, bro. That shit was crazy. X-Men 97, man. Legendary content. Who's your favorite character, Jobber? Hit me with it.
A favorite character from the 97 show? Honestly, at least generally, my favorite X-Men character is probably... I'd say Jubilee, because like the fireworks part was pretty fucking cool.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty cool.
Oh, real quick, I do have one criticism of the show. Yo, Wolverine's voice actor is dog shit, bro. He's trying to act like the original voice actor. He does not have the beast in him, bro. He is not that guy. He can't do it. I'm gonna be real.
Tell Cyclops, I turned his car into a convertible.
Like, don't get me wrong, that's the petty shit Wolverine does, but like, it's like I'm trying to think. He's like an internet tough guy. That's how I would phrase it. He's like a tiny guy trying to act like a big guy. He doesn't have the energy of a big guy. But that's the thing about Wolverine, is Wolverine has big guy energy in a small package. He's like 5'4". He's tiny in terms of height, but he's got that deep voice in him that, you know, makes him want to fuck people up. Like, dude, when we watch that original series, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see how, like, legit, like, the original series Wolverine was. He's perfect voice acting. And I understand you can't get the same guy to reprise that role again, because he's either died, or he's too old, or doesn't want to, too much money, whatever. But we gotta find somebody who's got more energy in their Wolverine voice than this guy. But if I was to pick a favorite character in this, dude, I really want to say Scott. Scott got fucked over at every corner in this series. Nothing went good for him, and he's still trying to keep his composure. Like, him and Jean just have it the absolute worst in the series. Jean doesn't even really know who she is anymore, but, like, she's just a piece. She made some bad decisions this season, is all I'm gonna say. Not the biggest fan of her. And Scott is no different. Scott is flawed. Scott's incredibly flawed in this series, but he's put in the most unreasonable positions imaginable and expected to do the right thing when there's no right thing to do. Say, for example, you were married for 5 years, and you wake up tomorrow, and for the last year, your wife was replaced with a fucking clone. And your real wife shows up, and she's like, hey, how could you cheat on me? And you're like, but I didn't know. And also, she has our child.
Yeah,
what do you do? That's a no-win situation for Scott Summers. You can't take a W there no matter what you do.
Nope. No win. Complete no win.
And still he keeps his shit together. And still he makes things work throughout that entire franchise, despite everything. Like, fuck, dude. Did he get caught cheating on his wife? Yeah, but he got caught cheating on his wife with his other wife. Think about that.
Like, that's bizarre. He's like, what?
The mother of his child, man. Like, dude, it's just so sad. It's so messed up. Like, yeah, I have to say Scott Summers. I want to say Jean Grey and Scott are equal in that, but bro, she kissed Wolverine, man. She kissed Wolverine. I lost a lot of favor for her when she kissed Wolverine. I ain't gonna lie. That's Grant Morrison writing. Oh,
Grant Morrison.
Bro, you think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding? I'm not. That is not hyperbole. That is legitimately Grant Morrison writing, because in the 2000s, Grant Morrison wrote X-Men, and he wrote all the stories we're drawing this from. The death of everyone in Genosha, that's Grant Morrison storytelling. Wolverine kissing Jean Grey, or I guess Jean Grey kissing Wolverine in that scene, because it was clearly from her perspective, clearly her advancing. He literally had that exact same thing happen in the comics. Fucking Grant Morrison, bro. The only difference is none of this shit actually happened with Bastion in the same way. It was really just Cassandra Nova, an evil twin brain baby of Charles Xavier, who went crazy and wanted to eliminate all the mutants from the face of the earth because Grant Morrison. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. Grant Morrison fucks up Marvel too, guys. Don't worry.
This guy just can't stop.
He had some good parts to that. I'm not gonna deny, but in classic Grant Morrison fashion, sometimes he doesn't know when to stop. That man really doesn't know when to stop.
We need, like, one day we just need a video, like, with this is the first video, Grant Morrison versus, like, Stephen King. Like, who's gonna take the W? Like, who's the most insane
that would be a really funny video to do. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I can take enough drugs to be able to, like, read enough stories about Stephen King. But then again, I say the same thing about Grant Morrison and I still read his shit, so who knows? Something I do want to do, though, down the way, is videos that are just called The Beef. And I'm just gonna, it's like my beef with people. And I'm gonna do authors, like my beefs with certain authors. Dude, my beefs with Grant Morrison is, bro, you're a fucking weirdo. I love you. You write some wild-ass brain-melting stories, but you're a weirdo, bro. The more you dig into Grant Morrison, the more weird shit you find on the guy, man. I'll never forget, I was doing research on a video for Grant Morrison on all the cash shit, and I found this one article about, or no, it wasn't an article. I actually noticed it on the back of my screensavers, because all my downloads I put in my screensaver section automatically, and it was an old Grant Morrison post where it said that he hyped up people in one of his comics to all masturbate on Thanksgiving Day to promote his comic. And that was a canonical thing to the comic. Bro, this guy is next gen, bro. This guy is next gen with what he's bringing to the table, man.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
And that shit it leaks in. It definitely leaks into the content itself. Like, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Jeez, man.
I think I'm even more hyped to see Grant Morrison versus Stephen King, bro. These some weird shit going on here, man. Really weird shit.
If I was to like apply what I think there, I think what I would say is that Stephen King is wild in his own brain. Grant Morrison is wild because he thinks what's in his brain isn't real. Like, Stephen King, he just gets high to write content. Grant Morrison gets high and he gets visited by the monitors from beyond the monitor sphere in the real world. And they take him on a wonderful adventure throughout all things, even beyond time and space. that man lives the content. Versus like Steven who just gets high for the content, if that makes sense. That'd be wild, bro. I'm gonna have to do that shit sometime. I'll call in Q for my expert on the Stephen King lore. That's what I'll do.
Bro, wait. Oh, dude. And then it just come down to like, what was it? It comes down to Pennywise versus Cosmic or Superman. Yo, this is gonna be crazy.
I don't even know if Pennywise is, or I don't even know if Cosmic Armor Superman is crazy enough or like insane enough to like throw up against Pennywise. I'm talking not scaling, because I don't scale out Stephen King or anything like that. I'm just talking in terms of like fucking absurd concepts. Like, yo, Pennywise was defeated by an orgy of underage children. Think about that, bro. Think about that for a minute. Like, I'm sure Stephen King has some weird shit, but like, or Grant. I don't know if Grant can, or if Cass can keep up with that. Grant has weird content. I think I'm gonna have to do some digging on some of his older content, like late 80s, early 90s stuff, to really. Or no, I don't think he was much in the 80s. It was probably 90s and 2000s. But oh yeah, I think he did do smaller shit in the 80s whenever he was building. I have to dig into those stories to see if I could find some really disturbingly strange content for him. But with how crazy he is, I feel like I could do it. That's a challenge that I feel like I could live up to.
Yep.
I'll let you have the final words on X-Men 97, bro. Hit me with it.
Final words on X-Men 97. Go watch it. What are you doing here, man? What are y'all doing here if you haven't watched it? Go watch X-Men 97. Come on, like this show's pretty good. Watch the show, and you'll become woke. You'll wake up like from the Matrix. Okay?
You'll wake up, bro, and you'll even pull the fucking cord out of the back of your head, straight out of the Matrix, and be like, no. Yo, speaking of the Matrix, real quick, slight deviation. Actually, fuck it. After we're done with this conversation, I got one more thing I gotta do for the stream. Actually, no, I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. Yo, I'm saving that Multiversus trailer for tomorrow to live stream with y'all. That's what I'll do. Cause here's some Matrix figures show up in it, so we gonna figure that out whenever we get there. But yeah, continue. Let's see. My final thoughts, just like Jobber said, yo, go watch that shit, man. It's fire. Anybody telling you not to watch it is a hater, and I'd be willing to bet money they haven't watched it. Or if they have watched it, they just have dog shit taste, okay? Don't fall into that category yourself. Have your own brain, have your own opinions, and go decide this stuff. Notice how anytime we talk about this, whether it's me or Jobber or anything, we always try to refer you to the original content because we ain't got nothing to hide. We feel like our opinions are solid enough we can defend based on the content. Anybody telling you not to watch this shit and they haven't seen it, that's how you know they have a narrative or an agenda that's fucking lame. Don't fall into that category. But I guess that's going to be it for the old X-Men 97 review. Let me know what you guys think down low. And I'm glad to have JobberGodot, channel homie, rolling in here. Hopefully doing a little bit more content for crossovers in the near future between him and a variety of people. And I'll let you get the last word on the way out, Jobber.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe to Lumos. Like he's really cranking out content. Like, become a channel member and all that type of stuff, alright? Like, keep watching, keep going.
Yeah, you too. You hit 10K yet?
I'm getting close.
You,
I'm getting close
yeah,
to
you
10K.
say you were real fucking close last I checked. So, damn, look at Jobber out here climbing. This man, yo, if you haven't liked and subscribed, you can let this fucking poozer outdo me. Come on now, we gotta catch up to this loser. He was like 200 subs behind me at one point in time. Damn you, anime, for being so popular.
I swear, me and like Lumos is like subs, like we were just like always relatives. Like you're ahead of me, I'm like ahead of you, but we're really close. And it's just like that whole Bleach meme with like Byac and the other guy just teleporting behind each other.
Facts. And then you started making GER content and everyone subbed you, I swear to God. Fuck GER, bro. That man gave Jobber too many subs.
Too many.
But I guess that's pretty much it for us today. If you guys are hanging out and you made it this far, thanks for chilling, homies. Every little